My avatar.
All right. Thank you for welcome to Talk About Paint Club. This is your tri-monthly tangent time for art, toys, art design, opinionated opinions. Welcome. Today, I'm Rick Strohmeyer, and I'm elated over dinner. We are joined. We have our regular host joining us,
This
Nicole,
girl.
and we have a special guest. He peering out from a pecker.
Alex has had a thing for the last month with little peepees, so I don't know what's going on.
That's hilarious. All right.
What can I say?
All right, Alex. I could call you a convoyer, a hustler, artist, graphic designer, toy designer, a dad, a happy husband. What else could I add to that list?
As long as you don't call me an asshole or a piece of shit, I'm good. Anything else, keep it going. I mean, my latest title is tree bearer and gardener and a roofer.
Tree bearer.
Yeah, tree bearer. Is that a thing?
It is today.
Yeah, it is today. We put trees up today. Yeah. No, thank you, man. That's awesome. That's a hell of an intro, man. Yes. Yeah, do a little bit of everything, man. Anything that is creative, anything that is whatever, man. Whatever you need done, shit. You need your oil change. I got you too. You know what I mean?
What?
Okay.
Oh my god.
Nicole, I do everything. I do a little of everything. Actually, I'm not kidding. I'm gonna be teaching my boy hopefully next week to fucking change oil and change the spark plugs.
Which one?
Caden. He's all about fucking cars, so I'm gonna teach him what I know, and hopefully he's self-sufficient, man. That's the whole point.
Well, there you go.
You know what I mean?
Make sure you show him that YouTube can be the answer too.
YouTube?
Yeah,
Yeah,
YouTube.
like Google and
like whatever you don't know.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
YouTube can be the
as
answer.
you know what's funny is that I didn't fucking grow up with YouTube. We had to fucking just learn that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now that's a dope idea of yo, by the way, you have fucking an entire library in your back pocket. Use that shit. I like that.
Teach them how to use that as the Matrix. Because it's the beta version of the Matrix.
Oh my god.
I mean, you say that, but is it really though?
Please don't. Let's not.
Yeah.
Oh god.
We're gonna go there right now and see. Yeah, why not?
Oh jeez.
All right, let's talk about this, Nicole. All right. Are we living in a simulation, and am I just a fucking avatar of somebody with my baby with a fucking thing in the back of my neck, and I'm just a battery right now?
I didn't go that far. I'm just saying that
you like a battery. You know what I'm saying? I'm drained as a motherfucker. I just want to be a rechargeable battery. Why can't I be a rechargeable battery? Rick, why can't I be a rechargeable?
This isn't like Energizer commercials, man.
Yeah.
You just can't.
I didn't
keep
say
going.
we are in the Matrix. I'm saying that YouTube
How
is the
can
beginning.
I upgrade in the Matrix to become a
Jesus
rechargeable
Christ.
battery?
All you have to
You
do
might
is,
have to pay somebody.
Well, listen, I'm ready. What do you want
I feel like capitalism is the answer to everything in this country. So you probably have to go find whoever owns the Matrix, pay them for it. You know what?
Go find Keanu Reeves and tell that bastard to upgrade you.
No, this is where people are like, I don't want the vaccine because they're going to put microchips in me.
Keep
Put a
going, Mike.
microprocessor from Elon in your brain,
Okay,
and that's
let's talk. Can I
okay.
talk about this real quick? Microchip me, right? What can fucking happen if somebody microchips me?
No.
Well,
What,
let's see.
they're gonna track me down? Okay.
No.
But
But
what?
imagine people who have like those microchip pacemakers, and something
Uh-huh.
goes just a little, and they
Oh,
drop.
so you think the microchip is gonna disturb my pace, my heart pace?
I didn't know you had a pacemaker.
You don't have a heart pacemaker. What?
But yeah, but like imagine.
I'm in the
just
Matrix. I
that
can.
idea
I
you
just
have.
gotta focus.
It'll actually give you your hair back.
Oh
But
my!
imagine
Well, then microchip the shit out of me, dude. Come on. I'm
imagine,
give me all the
like-
you don't want a microchip? I'll take a microchip. I'm serious. Like, what's the worst case scenario? Rick, you need to break it down to me. I'm in the Matrix, right?
Yeah.
I got 10 vaccines. I got 6. I don't know. They're just all the vaccines. I got needles coming out of me. One of them might be, heroin. I don't know yet, but they're all sticking out of me, right?
Okay.
What now? Like, what happened?
Okay, so let's say you have all the things. Let's say for you have a wire and it's here.
Yes, right here.
How long is it going to take you to snag that?
Oh, like, just
And
play
how
with it. I'll
much
be
do
like,
you think?
oh, give me a
And
while.
how much do you think that
I
fucking
already have
hurts?
this thing on me. I play with it all the time. You know what I mean? Just you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
And then the moment you take a corner hard on or turn around hard and that catches a corner on your painting table, how much is that going to suck?
because I got blood on my new painting, or because I'm losing blood, or because the ripping out the cable is just horrifically things out of a
Right.
horrible.
That's like untying a shoelace that's attached to you.
But like sewn into my skin.
Right.
Because I mean, a shoestring on my shoe, that's fine. You can
Yeah,
call
yeah,
it,
yeah.
But if it's
Imagine
sewn
if
into
your
my skin, then yes, you're right.
Imagine if your shoe could feel every time you tied that shoelace.
Look, we lost Nicole already. She not.
Oh no! I just leaned over and I was like, okay, I'm listening now. Like,
She doesn't like the idea of having sutures pulled out of her.
I'll do. That's my biggest. I'm telling you. Sorry.
I've had so many surgeries. I feel like I'm just used to that now. I'm just like, here, where
Okay.
did you leave one in me? And you probably left one.
Oh, I have things in me for sure. I for sure. Somebody took an organ out of me, but they left like a fucking like scab or some shit. For sure. You know what I'm saying? Those doctors.
See, Yessie's with me. The ADD. That's why I leaned, because like when Rick says tangent time, I have no idea what is going on right now.
Okay, but where can I see comments? I want to see comments.
It's under chat.
Yeah.
Is it in YouTube or just here?
No, both. You can see
you
here.
can do it here. So
it pulls it from YouTube to here.
I like that.
What I haven't figured out is, yes, you can share to multiple platforms, and that's what I was trying to monkey with while the intro video was playing. But I couldn't do it in 40 seconds. But so it does see it'll see like multiple chats and funnel it all to one thing.
Yes, I was reading that. That's kind of cool. Something I ran into through Streamlabs or Duck or one of those. That like
So like one of the OSBs. Yeah, they all say you can do it, but I'm like, all right, this takes more knowledge than I want. So like, and I figured the cost value of this is cheaper than the license I had for Zoom.
Yeah, makes sense. That makes sense.
So I was like, all right, this is way more convenient. It's a little more cookie cutter for me because I don't like. I tried doing the OSB stuff a couple times.
It's weird.
Yeah.
This is really, Nicole, really.
So yeah.
That's what you think of me, that we're just conspiracy theorists and I'm just an anti-conspiracy theorist and I just believe anything that's fucking coming my way and I'll take any juice or needle that comes my way. Is that what you're saying?
I said this is what I
That's what I'm
expected. The ADD. I expect the ADD, not. I'm agreeing with Yessie. Jeez, God.
We'll go around the table. Alex, what are you drinking tonight?
I am being very good today. Very good today because I am dude. Last night took me to the limit. So I am drinking vitamin water. Shout out to whoever owns it now. I don't know, 50 Cent owned it one time, but it's sugar free. It's sugar because I want Nicole to yell at me. So it's sugar free, and that's where we're at tonight. I might be sneaking a little rum in there, but
I should have gotten alcohol if I knew this was going to happen tonight. But I'm just drinking iced tea, man.
Wait, we need alcohol?
You don't need to.
No.
Apparently, I'm the only beer drinker tonight.
Okay.
And,
good.
and
No,
usually Rick and I are both on the non-drinking page. So like
Yeah. Oh, you know. So I have a
we used to
policy
do
about
drink all the time.
not drinking and painting at the same time. So
yeah,
like,
drinking is great, but when I start drinking, forget about it. I can't do anything. I just become fucking. I can't shut the hell up to begin with.
the
You
more
give
I
me a little-
drink, the more you drink, the more you drink, right?
That's it. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. But yeah,
I was like,
I'm keeping it hydrated tonight. Hydrated.
Well, like the past 2 months, I've been like, oh, I need to go do something after the show, so I just like drink a soda or whatever, so I can go, even if it's going to the shop. It's like I'm not drinking and driving.
When you
so,
do anything, you can't shut the hell up. Yes, Yesy.
yeah,
And now,
so, like, yeah.
now to deal with these guys, I have brought in a cider for
All
myself.
right, fuck this.
Oh,
Hold
there
on.
you go.
Hold the hell on.
The peer pressure. So which one is that? That's Angry Orchard.
Angry Orchard strawberry.
There you go. That one's pretty good. Poor Alex. Like, oh, I gotta, like, joke's on him. I'm only drinking one.
Yeah, same.
This vitamin water needs a little sugar. I had to go to my secret.
There's
Stash.
a tropical one.
There it is. Un coquito.
Oh, Parrot Bay is great. It mixes with a lot of good stuff.
Fucking everything. This is juice. Like, cheers. Anyway, thank you for the invite to Paint Club, guys. Cheers to everybody in the house.
Salud.
What
Que se fa? Oh
Not
my god.
one of
I'm
Tropicana's
having fun with you guys.
competitors, they make a pina colada, like it's banana, pineapple, and orange juice, and that Parrot Bay tastes amazing in it.
So this is the coconut version. I fucking love this.
Yeah,
You throw this. Okay, yeah.
any juice.
Swap it out. Or add it with your anything. Like, give me a coconut rum and Coke. Give me a fucking pina colada with a splash of coconut rum on top. Give me just coconut right out the bottle, man. Coconuts, man. I think my former life I was a coconut tree climber / collector / aficionado. So coconuts.
Maybe you were an ice cream man and you sold a lot of blue snow cones.
Maybe.
Because that's what it makes me think of. It's like, Jesus Christ, I just need to have like an alcoholic fucking snow cone and put Parrot Bay on.
There's something called helado de coco. Helado de coco is just like this beautifully creamy kind of just beautiful ice cream. Then you doused it a little bit with this. Oh, it's all like Donkey Kong. Sorry, don't mind me.
That's all right. No, so it's cool. So we're kind of abandoning.
Like Donkey Kong. My god.
Okay, I'm
Are you
old.
kidding me?
What do you want me to do?
Well,
I
you
need
can bring every
coquito.
gorilla reference
Somebody
Alex
bring me
does.
coquito.
Oh, so can I announce something?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Tomorrow I'm starting my pre-order for Coquito, and I will be shipping out Coquito as well because it's nice and cold right now. So
Did I just like? Did I sense it? Like,
No, that's
Did-
all.
I think I was just
some,
like,
like-
you know what I mean? The Coquito was just pouring out of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it in I'm gonna do it in a classic style. The only option you have is there's 3 options. Is sing, con, and coño, which means sing is without, con is with rum, and coño is with extra rum. That's what we're gonna do.
I was like, you fucking stupid as hell. You're the only one I know that like will do it like without alcohol. Because anytime I've asked for it without booze, people are like, I only make it with the rum, and I'm like,
Yeah, no. My
I
kids
can't
love
buy
it.
it.
Yeah, my kids love it, so I can't give them rum. Not yet. I mean, not
Like,
that they
I was like,
not on purpose.
I was given a gift earlier this year that was just a bottle that you put booze in, but it had just the dry ingredients to turn that booze into like
Mama Juana.
or whatever. Yeah, and it was like, and it came with a little strainer. So
Was it like a
pour it
bunch?
out,
It looked like if you went into the woods and grabbed a bunch of shit, and it was just in the metal bottle, of the bottom
Yeah.
of the bottle. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, it was
Oh,
pretty cool.
Yeah, Mama Juana is delicious. It's just scary. Like There's a lot of shit in there. It's like, yo, is that a pine cone in that motherfucker? Like, can you win so shit in pine cones? Like, it's fucking crazy. I don't know if you ever had Mama Juana, but Mama Juana, the first time I ever had it was down in fucking out of all places in Jacksonville, North Carolina. The only other Dominican that I knew.
Really?
Yeah, there was a Dominican that I used to work with. Shout out to Abe, and his wife used to fucking make it. And I'm like, I remember a bunch of times seeing a fucking bottle of like trash. It's just like just random leaves and fucking herbs and shit in the top of a fridge. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is that? She goes, yo, that's Mama Juana. She's like, you can't have it yet though. It needs another 2 weeks. I'm like, what? It just sits there for fucking months, and it just soaks in all the fucking, spices, and I mean, it's crazy. It's fun. It's shout out to the Dominicans.
Whenever we have like a cheap bottle of booze, we'll make like an apple or whatever fruit cordial we can, where it's like you just take like a pound of apples, chop it up, put it in with the booze in a jar. 6 months later, you get apple flavored whatever. You mix sugar with it and maybe a little extra water, and then you have like your cordial ready to go, and it's just like
he said cordial. I want to make cordial. Yo, the only thing I've ever done that way is called pitorro. It's like a Puerto Rican moonshine. So you basically take your fruits and you let it soak in there for 3-4 months. Your tamarind, your what is that called? I do mango, tamarind, passion fruit, and something called quenepa.
Yummy.
Oh my god, you let it sit there. It's like
yummy.
And I found a company that actually makes it just straight out of the box. So you can actually get all these flavors just right off the. I mean, it's not as strong, but it's like a delicious cordial.
Yeah. All right, so we are going to abandon the format a little bit tonight, and
really? Did we?
Have we not done that already?
The format is go on a tangent and never return, and so we've just come off the cusp of 2 big events, Designer Con and Creatives Con, and I was not able to go to Creatives Con, but you 2 were. And I charged Nicole with the idea of finding somebody who also went to Creatives Con to invite them onto the show, which is why we got Alejandro de la Lobos tonight. And I don't know how to say it.
We wanted Fett to come on, but he has dinner with his family, because
plus he didn't want to see the face anymore. We
family.
Yeah.
That's all right. So
that was really it. He was like Alex for 3 days after I stayed with Alex.
He was over. He's done. He's like this dude.
How do you like Fozzie?
Yo, Fozzie, I felt terrible, man. So Fozzie's my latest puppy. He's just a mix. He's just a mutt. I love him. He has a little pit bull in him. He has a little terrier in him. He's just a scruffy little, beautiful little dog. But of course, Fett comes up the steps, and the first thing Fozzie does is snap at him, and I'm like, "Yo, are you kidding me, bro?" No, because the funny part, he goes, I pick him up from the airport, and I'm like, "Hey, man, I got my puppy. He's kind of a, I gotta show him off. But look at that little cute little ass. Oh my god, he's my little road dog. He's my little shadow. He's upstairs mad at me because he couldn't come downstairs. But he snaps and almost bites Fett, and I'm like, "What are you doing, bro?" I'm like, "Are you serious? The first company we have, and you snap at him?" Because he tells me, Fett's like, "Oh, all dogs love me." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I didn't think
famous last words.
Yo, for real. So I walk up, and all of a sudden,
that's literally asking for it.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it. So in my mind, I'm like, "Yeah, everybody loves Fett. Even my dog's gonna love Fett." So I go up the steps. And I didn't even, I didn't even think of like holding, the dog back or nothing, because he's never done that to anybody. And of course, I'm like, son of a bitch. And the whole time just growling at him, like, holy shit. I was like, yo, my dog don't like you. Your dog's an asshole. I'm like, yeah, he's kind of an asshole.
It is embarrassing as a dog owner when your dog is not.
It is. I felt terrible. But then, they were butt buddies before they left. So it all works out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He first had to taste him to see if he liked him. I get it.
I mean, Fett's a delicious snack. You know what I'm saying? What can you say?
Not cool.
What's up, Tiffany?
At some point, we'll tell Fett that this conversation happened.
I'm gonna record it
Hello,
for all
Tiffany.
kinds of- don't worry about it. He knows he's a delicious snack. I nibbled on him a little bit when he was sleeping. He don't know.
Oh my God. Okay. Next.
All right.
Next.
What? You
So
come to my house, I'm nibbling on you. That's what it is. Don't you do that? Is that not like hospitality? Just a little bit.
Alex, we have to talk about what happens when people don't know what's going on in their house, like while they're sleeping, and like the difference of like
What's going to get us demonetized on Instagram or whatever on fucking YouTube for talking about consent right now?
Listen, you come to the house. There's an unwritten rule. There's no rules when you come to my house.
We went from paint club to consent club, guys. Welcome.
Man,
I'm so sorry for the men in my life.
all I
right
was
now.
told
I'm
when I
so
stayed at
sorry.
Alex's house was, "I hope you don't mind an old dog wanting to stay with you." And I'm like, "That's fine."
Yeah, you
Aw.
met Bear, right? Did
Yeah.
you catch me, Bear?
Yeah.
Oh, where-
Yeah, because the next thing I
Where'd
said
you
was,
go? Why'd you leave us, Nicole?
"She'll come back."
So
And you'll see, like, you might. I'm the moderator though, but if she comes back, when she comes back on, it might only give me the audio cue, but it'll say like at the .Matt Hattress joined. It'll actually give an audio clue of that.
oh, that's cool. I really got to
Yeah.
look into this one, man. This looks
So
very.
now I have to go all the way over here as the moderator and show her on the screen.
Hey, oh, she just wanted to be next to me. I get it. I see it.
There you
I got it. I get it.
I don't
I'm
even know
that
what
guy.
happened.
I'm
I
that
can't
kinda
hear
guy.
you.
No, I can't hear you.
What?
You hear
I can
me?
hear
Did I
everybody.
just go mute? Did I go mute? Am I mute? Can you hear me? Holy shit!
I can hear you.
Wait, no, it's you. It's not me. I don't hear none of you.
What? That's all.
I don't hear you, Rick, either.
What?
No.
Say something
I
again.
have been unmuted. I still don't hear you.
All right. Do you hear me?
I hear everyone. Tiff, I don't hear anybody.
Okay.
Rick, I don't hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Why not?
I don't know what's going on.
Matt Hattress joined. All right.
And I'm muted again.
Why?
Oh man, I lost audio.
You're not muted.
I can't hear you guys. Sending messages. Okay.
I hear everybody. Tiffany hears everybody.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna pretend I heard you, and I'll just be like, yeah. Oh, I wouldn't know.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Alex, back out and come back up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Just take a step out. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kick him.
Okay.
and
I
he
was
can
like,
come back
Jesus
in.
Christ. I don't know how to sign things. I really want to learn ASL just so like I could be useful in this world at some point.
It's a.
Now he's not going to come back. He's not going to come back because he's going to think he got.
No, I mean I got kicked out, which is
You
crazy.
did, but we
Because
fixed
I was trying to say X.
I
and come back.
understand sign language. You were like, I'm like, yeah, damn, all right. I didn't do anything, Nicole. I'm like,
All right.
I can hear you.
So
I can't even boot you, so it's not me. And just so you know,
Damn
it's
it.
all him. It's all
All right.
him.
So you guys just came back from Creatives Con,
Yeah.
and at the when I used to do like other camping events and other stuff, you'd always see like some type of end of event review. And at the birth of the internet, I had one buddy that would always make funny reviews. Those days are long gone. I thought it would be fun to be able to have like an end of event review for like what we're doing now. And this is what I'm going to start calling the Paint Club event review. And if anybody says it should be pisser, fuck you. Paint Club's one word on this. So it's the purr. so
it's like a cat purr. So it's
right.
still-
Or as per or one per customer.
Ooh, I got it. I'm back.
See the PER. So the Paint Club event review. So fortunately, since Nicole did go, we can have this, and now that we have Alex too, we can get like multiple sides for this faceted event.
So this thing you mentioned, it was something that used to be done, like what people used to review their outing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I gotta
Yeah.
catch up.
Okay. So like, imagine going on a camping event.
Yeah.
with buddies.
Yeah.
All right. But and then like other people show up, and you just have like 100 people at a camping event, and then you're like, okay, so you have whatever good time there and bad time, or bad things that happen, and so like at the end of after the event, people are writing reviews of the event. One guy that in particular would write like a good event, bad event type thing, where you would be like, good event, you got laid. Bad event, it was the octogenarian that was hitting on everybody. So
Say you got laid? Like,
no, I didn't, but I'm trying to come up with funny examples.
Okay,
All right.
I'll take it. I'll allow it.
But so like, and this was at the birth of the internet many years ago, and so it's like, again, poaching from other things to make a Frankenstein type show. So taking the event review, and just I gave you guys 10 questions in advance, and depending on your answers, I might have extras, but I gave you guys a little bit of a study guide, basically. So you're not just like, ooh, well, why would he ask me that?
Why would you ask me that?
All right. So were you a buyer, seller, or both at this event?
both.
Nicole, ladies first.
Both.
Both.
I agree. I was both for sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Nicole, what's one thing you bought that you're totally stoked that you bought?
Oh wait, I don't have it with me. It was this really fucking cool necklace that this person, like, they do like slime drippy stuff, kind of like how Bean does, but like they made them into like necklaces.
Huh?
So like instead of just like how they had it on their figures, they like took how the drippy was and they made it into like a necklace to go across you, so you can like wear the fucking art. So I don't know. I've been wearing it like on and off all week.
Very cool.
Yeah, I love that shit. I walked past the table and I was like, "Oh, what's this?" Like, it's one of those, like, when you don't know the person and you don't know their art and you see it and you're just like, "Oh shit!" Like, because we know a lot of our friends' stuff, so like the new, or like not new people, but like newer to our eyes, it's cool to like get that grab.
Cool.
That
All right, Alejandro.
So I think the coolest thing, the coolest thing to pick up, or I don't know if you guys know Jay Kesh. He does these dope.
Formerly Jake Blue, right?
Yes, formerly Jay. Yes. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
So that's what blew me away. Check this bad boy out.
Oh,
Absolutely
fabuloso.
love this piece. So I'm sitting there, and I think
Ooh,
it was like Martian Toys or somebody was trying to like introduce me to this dude. I'm like, and I'm looking at him like, man, this dude looks familiar, but he's from the UK. So I'm like, where would I ever have met this dude? And I'm looking at the artwork. I'm like, man, this looks very familiar. And he goes, they introduced me, and I'm like, hey, it's Jay, this is Alex. I'm like, Jay, man. I said, Jay, man. I said, dude, do I know you? He goes, dude, it's me, Jay Blue. I'm like, I haven't heard from him in years, and it was such a cool thing to kind of link up with this man again, because it's been years since he's been, and then he kind of fell off fell off, but it wasn't. He went to school. Apparently, he became a fucking doctor or some shit. Like the man's a genius now. Yeah, exactly. So I'm like,
okay,
we were just catching up, and I'm like, dude, that is cool. So I'm so super happy to kind of like.
And then the motherfucker wants to come back and be like, look, I make toys still. And you're like, you're a doctor, sir.
It's amazing though. But like the coolest part was going back, right? Like that was kind of how we started. Rick, I mean, how long have we been kind of vibing back and forth? I mean,
you and I fell in love in 2017.
17?
Yeah.
I'm a year late.
You're a year late?
I'm a year late. I was 2018 with you too.
Yeah, that's what. So when like the time like Rick and I, had our passionate night of toy making. You know what I'm saying? It was like
making ribs and beer.
And around that time, this is one of those guys that was deep into the scene at that time, and it was kind of cool to kind of like, hey man, like really reconnect with an artist and see kind of like where the two paths kind of went, and then how we crossed. It was cool. It was fucking cool. So I gotta give a shout out to Jay, because it was definitely a dope.
I have-
moment for me.
I got one of his blanks at like the last decon I saw him at.
That's
And
his.
this is what?
That's
This
his.
was 2019, 18.
Man,
And this
you
is
guys
the
are
coolest
way
thing
too
about
good with
it.
fucking dates and dude. I don't ask me when.
Yeah.
Like years to me, just I don't even know
It
anymore.
screws on.
Yeah, look at that. He designed
what?
it. Yeah. So this was Jake Blues, and it's the head screws on.
Fucking genius. Fucking
Toy
genius.
doctor.
Fucking genius.
Yeah.
Toy doctor. Oh, that's.
I've never wanted to touch it because I'm like, it's a wonderful blank. It's a great form, but I'm like, I really like that I can handle it to show everybody that it fucking screws off.
But
Like-
there's. Can I show one more thing though, real quick, because I think this is
Sure.
cool.
Yeah, of course.
There's a new artist. She's killer, and she hit me up with the Rario, right? So the
Oh.
giant Rario. This is my
Ah,
sister,
yeah. Creepy's the sweetest.
She's a sweetheart. The coolest thing is that
Oh.
like it's very interesting because who does this remind you of? Anybody know?
It looks like
Womp.
You know what I mean? It's oh
Womp.
shit. I thought he was gonna pull his pants down. Jesus
No,
Christ. I got-
Womp. He reminds me of Womp.
right? And it's like it's kind of cool to kind of see how like two different paths kind of just I don't know. I think shout out to Creepy. She's such a sweetheart, and we're working on something.
it
dope.
makes me think of the
Yes,
Bear Brains
barely
and
available.
Domo.
Yeah,
Like
for real.
Domo and this guy had a baby.
That's it. It's the Creepy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, I gotta
like-
give a shout out to fucking Cardi Artist, man. Cardi Artist is another one of those artists that like I met on the show. He blessed me with the fucking dope T-shirt. You gotta we're linking up.
amazing.
We're working on something very special. I don't know if you know the story of Cardi, but he is a I believe he's a heart transplant
Yes.
survivor. So his story is one of those stories that hit fucking home. Like if I've told this story plenty of times before, and I know you guys probably know this. I don't know if you don't, but like the reason that we live in the United States, my family from Puerto Rico, is because we came here to give my oldest sister a shot at life. All right, Children's Hospital of Philadelphia picked up her case pro bono, and we were able to move here. And she went from being told she's not gonna live past puberty to they gave her an extra 10 years. She passed away at 28, and she was a heart transplant. If you guys do a little bit of research, my sister Iris Damaris Rivera, she was the first recipient of a live donor transplant. So my brother and a member of the church, they gave a part of their lungs when she couldn't get. She was on the transplant list, but she couldn't get the lungs soon enough. So they had to do a live transplant, which is kind of crazy. So two people donated a portion of their lungs so that she could,
Jesus.
That's
It was an incredible story. And when Cardi hit me with that, I'm just like, anything Cardi wants, I'm going to be behind, because I am the reason I'm talking to you guys right here, right now, is because of that connection I have with heart patients and heart transplant patients. My sister was fortunate enough to get a heart and lung transplant, but complications eventually is what took its toll. But my sister was everything. She was everything. She basically raised me, man. Like that was one of those things where there was 5 of us, and it was just my mom and my dad, and at the end of the day, like the minute I turned 29, I promised myself, and I promised everybody around me, I was like, you know what? Every day that I'm living, I'm gonna live like my sister lived. Like it was the last day on earth, right? That's why all this nonsense, all the negativity, all this, like I don't give a shit about any of that shit. I'm trying to be as much. I'm trying to spread as much
Hell
love
yeah.
and positivity at this earth, because we never know when that fucking time is up. So you know what I mean? Like I know for a fact she was the one that always supported my like stupid little doodles and artwork. So it's like shout out to Cardi for you. Listen, I got you, homie. Anything that we're gonna do something cool together, and we're gonna definitely be involving that realm and that that industry. So keep an eye out for that.
That's rad. All right. So per question 2, when did you get to? Okay, so the event was in Manhattan. It was a 1-day event. Which I didn't realize that when I was like looking at it. Anyway, when did you get to the site to set up?
Nicole.
Right before it started.
Were you late? Yeah, you were late. You came in
I
super
was
late.
late. I was late, yeah.
It's a 1-day show, right, Rick? So I mean, I'm sure you've done a couple 1-day shows.
I've done one.
For the 1-day bangers, it's that morning of, you know what I mean? So you go in, you got a window of about 2-3 hours before the show actually starts. So we ended up getting there pretty early because we actually stayed in New York. Which is a whole different talking point here. But so we set up that day, the day of. So we set up the morning of, and I think we were ready to rock and roll when the doors open. It was one of those few times where actually it was on time.
Because you only had tables, right?
Just
Yeah.
tables. Just tables. So
Okay.
it was one
See,
of those.
like, I didn't mind being late because I didn't have like a crazy amount of shit since like my mold is like, I haven't been able to make a new one yet since I just got my vacuum chamber the day before the show. So like I haven't been able to make a new mold yet. So I was kind of like bare bones. So I'm like, I wasn't late. I was ready for when it started.
Yeah.
I just didn't come and also like that street was blocked off. So like no offense to anything. My ass wasn't about to be chilling like in the middle of somewhere where I can be just nicely in my Airbnb until I have to go.
There you go. All right. So how long?
I gotta read the shit out of it. I put that bitch in reverse and went down the street backwards. I'm like, fuck this. I'm pulling up to the goddamn docks, and I forgot my goddamn my dolly. I didn't have a fucking dolly, so I had to take
Oh
it back in. I
no.
was just like, oh, fucking A. It was a dumb rookie mistake. I actually left 3 boxes, which is I rarely do, but we were in such a rush because why were we in a rush? Oh, yeah, it's different because I had 2 artists with me. I had Fett and I had Mr. Mento with me. So we decided to. Anyway, go ahead. We'll go to the next one. We'll get that. I know.
All right. So how long did it take? We'll get Nicole and then Alex. How long did it take you to set up?
Like 10 minutes.
10.
Not even.
Okay.
'Cause that was bare bones in it. Like I hate saying like, oh yeah, it was fast, but like I'm not a very good like judge of this right now. I'm terrible.
Well, Rick, I've been.
Alex had a whole setup, so
Yeah,
yeah, you ask him.
Yeah, for me it was one of those, I knew we had an 8-foot table. I was splitting it with Fett. I knew I had a little over 4 feet of space, so I don't do it as much as I want to, but I usually sketch out how I want things laid out. Like I look at what I have, sizes of different things. How can I maximize what I'm showing off? So we brought some shelves up, and it was a pretty nice setup. And like I said, we got there. I was probably up and running. It probably took me like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Just because it's unpacking all the delicate shit, is making sure all the boxes get away, making sure that you're presenting what you're putting out there correctly. There's a lot of science to this, right? Like you got to make sure that at eye level you're getting your most your most sought after pieces. Then you break it down, and I made sure that the biggest, most expensive feed was high and away from everybody. So but you can see it from across the room. You know what I mean? So there's a little planning that went into it. I wasn't sure what the space looked like. I knew it was an 8-foot table, and it was just like, I don't know if you ever did one of the patches and pins, but it was one of those like open spaces where
Yeah.
So the minute and the thing, there was a little bit of audible, right? So I wasn't 100% sure what it was. So the minute I walked in and I saw, okay, it's just table lays out. Okay, so that means that I got to make sure that whatever I bring, I have layers, right? I have different tiers, and again, it was something you're used to after doing so many fucking shows that over the course of the years.
All right, let's see. So we'll have Alex go first.
There's a thought process between the crazy madness that I put out there.
The space was where they were done patch. Yeah, okay. So he says the space was where they did patches and pins.
Oh, so there it is. I didn't know that. I guessed it in there.
And I imagine so. Like I imagine Angel would have. I assume Angel ran this thing. So I imagine, you go to one event, you're like, wow, this is a great venue. Let's see if we can use it for something else. And
100. I think those type of venues are super what's that called? Personal, super intimate. They're super intimate because I can walk around the room and you're still an eye shot of your place.
Yeah.
You're in a separate room. There's no curtains that are separating anybody. So you can see the foot traffic and you can see people. So it was very cool to say, okay, I can walk away and I can still keep an eye on my booth. And I was able to double down on being a vendor and a purchaser, if that makes any sense. So and again, it helped because I'm out there getting cards signed. It was a trading card event. So I was like, okay, running around getting, it was dope. I thoroughly enjoyed this venue for sure.
There's no reason once you find a good site, there's no reason to reinvent the wheel, right? Like, and if you like the site and you want to put an event there, then that means other people like the site, and that probably means if people like the site, they'll come back for another reason, right? Like,
yeah.
Like the 5 Point site.
Like 80% of the people just came to see Nicole. It was crazy. I was just riding their coattails. I'm like, oh, you're here to see Nicole? Oh, that's my Hatcher. She's like right here. I'll come. You know how many people ushered to her table? You know what I'm saying? Nobody bought from me. They just went.
He's the biggest line. Oh my god, Alex, please. Jesus Christ.
I was basically Nicole's booth babe for like 2 minutes.
He was like diagonal behind my ass. He was not even
there you go.
Like that close.
So, what was the best thing you drank at the event?
Oh shit! I'm gonna say it loud and proud. Nicole, I'm saying it first.
I didn't have any because you didn't invite me for the last shot. So this is for you.
Look.
Oh, I was listen. How can they invite when they invited me? You know what I'm saying? How do you do? You can't do that. But like, yo, come on, I'm gonna bring my boys with. Like, I can't. I didn't know. I thought you were already drunk under the table. You know what I'm saying? Like there was.
I had 0.0 alcohol or actual anything. Okay. I didn't even have water.
Let me interrupt.
What are we talking about?
The best thing you drank doesn't have to be alcoholic.
No,
I didn't have anything.
Okay, because like my best thing for Decon was definitely not alcoholic.
Well, Decon was such a different beast, right?
Decon, right. Do we mean at the event or whilst the event in our
while you were there?
While we were in New York itself.
Yeah, it's like my best drink was with Alicia. After we set
up. Then I can answer the question. Okay. Yeah. So I was like, because at the event I didn't even drink water. I deprived myself of all living life forces.
And you're not sick now.
If you
don't talk to me about that yet, Rick. We'll talk tomorrow.
If you do the cons, you gotta make sure you stay hydrated. That's the first rule. Like I always come. My setup.
I didn't have anything.
Nothing. Then the next time, just come to my booth. I will always have either a case of water, some gallons of, like water for me is a must. Like you have, like, especially if you're fucking doing
what
this
good does that to me now?
Hours, you know what I'm saying? You got to make sure you got to bring.
What good is that for me now?
I know, but this is we're talking like how, planning for future events. Like, don't ever forget, throw a fucking extra bottle somewhere, because you listen, if you're super busy, you're never gonna leave the fucking table and you're fucked. And
you know what happened? Yulka's son brought me a water bottle, but then I think he drank from it and I couldn't tell which one was which, so I just didn't touch either of them. And I was just like, at that point, I was like,
nope.
I guess I have no water for the evening.
But I gotta admit, this is the first time there was a vendor that sold shots. All right.
Yes.
So shout out to Brazen Flavor. I think it's what it's called, Brazen Flavor. And you were able to purchase different shots, and one of the best shots I've had, I want to say, in a very fucking long time. She called it the vacay. The fucking shot looked like it was Jello shots, is what it was. But the Jello shot looked like the ocean. Like, it had a blue top, and then the bottom had like sand, and then she gave you like Swedish fish with it. Like, it was fucking genius. So shout out to Brazen Flavors, because I think that was the best thing. But other than that, for me, is always, you always gotta stay hydrated. So there has to be, you have to be water, and then afterwards you always have a drink. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Did we have drink? No, we left afterwards. I think my favorite drink was my fucking raspberry iced that I had with my boy when we came back to Philly that same exact night for his birthday, right at 11:45. So I didn't miss it.
I guess I'll say I forgot what kind of fucking.
Oh, excuse me.
What are they called? No, what are they called? Yeah. Brazen what?
Brazen Flavor.
Brazen Flavor, I think is what it's called.
Now following.
Let me make sure. She is amazing. Brazen.
Yeah, brazen
Premium
flavor.
Jell-O
There we
shot.
go.
Right? Am I right?
Yeah.
With the
Smart.
purple and yellow logo.
Yep.
That's the one.
That's
Yep.
smart.
Follow.
Yo, super smart. Like Jello shots at a con. Oh my god! And it was just like she had specials. Like you could buy one, but if you bought 4, you got 2 extra free. It was meant to bring a crowd. I think marketing wise, I gotta give her a lot of credit because you're not gonna take 5 shots yourself, so you're gonna bring 5 people to your fucking booth.
Right, and
And
you're
now
gonna
you're taking shots at the booth. You're making a fucking making a noise. Genius. So shout out to
and you have
Brazen.
the novelty of Jell-O shots because like you don't. That's so
You don't
smart.
usually have them unless you're like at a party or something.
Imagine
yeah.
how much the license. I don't know, like what the license would be for that, or like clearly you're going to be like, wow.
There has to be some type of
That's mind
permit
blowing.
or
Because like,
license. Yeah, it has to be.
I mean,
It
like,
has-
I would make a paper box full of Jell-O shots when we go camping, and just like, yeah, like just imagine those little like those sauce cups you get at like restaurants, and then like one camping event I made all of them. So like a filled up paper box. You know how big a paper box is, and just imagine those little sauce cups up and just like experimented with all kinds of booze and Jell-O flavors and just passed them out to everybody.
Yeah.
It's,
and
like
imagine that, but
watermelon-
then selling them and making fucking a shit ton of money. You know what I mean?
wow.
And you're talking about, I think it was like $5 a shot or something like incredibly like super reasonable and like
Right.
and again, I think it was the experience because every single one of them was different. She had like this peanut butter and jelly shot that you had like these extra little cookies. Dude, it was genius, fucking genius. And yeah, and delicious. That's the other thing. Yes, he had a shot. Like they were delicious. They weren't like, sometimes you had those Jell-O shots. You're like, God damn, dude, like take it back a little bit. That shit fucking mouth.
Yes.
You know what I
I
mean?
I like how he just says it though, and delicious.
Yeah, and delicious. No,
And
that seems like a great idea.
Smart.
Like I'll be dissecting that Instagram after we're done here.
Yes, please do. I think she put it. She did this dope reel, and it featured us. Like it was fucking dope. So check it out. It's so super dope. I think I posted it too. I'm not sure if it's still available.
I can check that out. That sounds rad.
Oh shit.
All right, Nicole. Best in you.
I forgot what the alcohol is called, but it was at the Korean barbecue place that you and I went to after DCon, but the one in New York.
Right on.
I forgot what it's called. It was like a peach sake type thing.
Peach sake.
But it wasn't sake. It was like soju.
Peach
Soju?
soju. Is that the beer?
It's like it's like Jinru, but
Or is it like a rice
different
wine
like
or something?
I don't know.
Soju.
I was handed it and I drank it.
Okay.
And
Why didn't we get drinks?
because you went back to Philly.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
What's the drive time between there and Philly? Like 4 hours?
2.5?
It depends. Like
Okay.
we made it. I listen. I went to New York fucking 4 times in 3 days. Okay, like it was fucking stupid. The fastest I got there, the fastest I can get there is like 1 hour and 15 minutes on a good no traffic day.
Okay.
Dude, I spent 3 hours fucking. Listen, I've spent 45 minutes coming from Philly to like right outside New York, and then 3 fucking hours getting just into the fucking city. So
Right.
it just depends on the time of day, the day you're going, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to assume Nicole's answer on this, but we'll. Nicole, what was the best meal you ate at the event?
It's the fucking Korean barbecue, man.
Korean
But
barbecue.
you know what though? Like, I'm sorry. I'm gonna just like, pause this shit. Like, they serve different like extras than they did when we went. Not like a lot different, like a little bit. But when we sat down, right? It was me, Donner, lost in the Devil's Knot. And I'm next to Donner, and I go, that guy sitting down looks like Leif Schreiber. Fucking Ray Donovan.
Oh, that. I'm
And
so
I was-
jealous.
Yeah, and she goes, that's because it is Leif Schreiber. And I was like, no way.
No
And
shit.
what?
Yes, they were right
And-
behind them.
And then Naomi Watts and her, like the kids come and all that. And I'm like, what is going on? And like, if Devil's not leaned back, he would have touched Naomi's
does, yeah.
hair. Like,
That was
and they're
crazy.
just, it's like a regular ass restaurant, like it's packed like
He's
how
a
ours
regular
was.
ass dude.
He is
And-
really-
but it was
Limited
their
time.
it was their kid's birthday. So like when
I
the
didn't know
lights
that.
went off and they were like doing like the happy birthday claps and shit, everyone's like this. So it wasn't weird for us to go. Like, it wasn't weird at that point to take our phones out because we're like, yeah, happy birthday!
And
Holy
nobody
shit! It's Naomi Watson's kid. Like,
nobody went over and said anything.
no, because they're having dinner like respectfully with their family, like at their kid's birthday at a regular ass restaurant, trying to have a regular life. Like
I would have wrote on a napkin, "I love you," and just slid it in and just walked away. This is
we
you
were
guys
making
dropped the ball.
we were making jokes though, saying like we should lean back and just go 7 days to like Naomi, or like since he was in what was it, the Omen remake, who just go, "It's all for you, Damien," and like walk out the restaurant and shit like that, or like quote
No,
No,
man.
something.
They're regular
It
ass.
was wild. It was
They're regular ass
wild.
people. And I promise you, I don't think if you just a compliment goes a long way. When
See,
I-
but see, yes, he agrees with me. Like, I feel like if I was walking down the street, I would be like, "Oh my god, like, I love it's nice. Like, I love you as an actor, or like, it's nice to see you, or whatever." But I feel like when you're literally out to dinner with your girlfriend, your 2 kids, your ex-wife, and you're celebrating your kid's birthday, like that's a little like.
I got fucking they interrupted.
Yeah, I should have bought them a shot. She's
See,
right.
I-
I would have been.
I think that's the
Again,
answer. You buy
that's
them a
it.
shot as a way to open
Yes,
up the
it's the
conversation.
compliment. Hey,
Yes, he's right. I should have been
Mhm.
real loud about my conversation and been like,
You
"Oh
could
my
have been
god, you
tipping
heard
them.
us."
That's like considered a tip for all your artistic work.
yeah, like you listen. You
Right.
understand? They entertained us. Like a thank you is in order. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
My
I-
brain
I-
was thinking of the Eminem video. Remember where he was out to to dinner with his, or like out to lunch with his daughter, and he gets all pissed off that people are fucking coming up to him.
But that's the thing. It's the approach. I think it's the approach. You can't be like, "Oh my god, I fucking love you." Blah, blah, blah. No, it's like, "Hey man, pleasure to meet you. You're awesome."
I
Please
also
don't
think
walk
like
away.
because where I live, right, like where I've been like brought up and raised and shit, like everyone lives here that's like famous or whatever to like be quiet and have like a calm life. So like here in this town, like our brain instantly goes like, "Oh, just let them have like the right, like they're here. Like you see them, you'll remember it. Like have their coffee." So my like instinct was like, just let them have their dinner.
Yeah, I'm a
But like, there's a picture of Devil's Knot going like this and
Okay.
looking at Leave, and he's like, "Take the picture so it looks like I'm looking at him." And I was like, "All right, hold on."
It looks like Leave is looking at him like this, and I'm like, "Yo, that's
I
funny."
know, right? It's so funny because it was perfect timing. I was like, just stay like that
Oh,
for a second.
That was not in the building, dude. You guys, all you gotta do, listen. I'm gonna teach you because I lived in California for a little
See,
bit.
it was weird. Like, there's fucking lighting up sparklers and shit.
It's weird
like-
because you haven't seen them before, right? That's the only weird part because there is a etiquette to not
to not
don't
bothering
fucking
people
fang
while
girl
they're
in
at
front of 'em.
dinner.
You know what I'm saying? You be like, you just walk over, you either buy them a drink, you fucking, hey, thank you for everything. You're awesome. That's it. And just you do it nonchalantly and you continue conversation. Here it is. Ready? Rick is a celebrity. Me and you are having dinner, Nicole. Hey, Nicole, is everything's going good? Hey, oh shit. Hey, nice job, man. I love you. I love your work. Enjoy the rest of your dinner. Hey, Nicole, you don't remember that you want to order the. You see that shit? It was real simple, and you get it in, and they have a choice to be like, "Oh, go fuck yourself." If they do that, then they're assholes, and they're not. Oh, thank you, and that's it. Boom, nothing else. You don't fucking acknowledge them the rest of the fucking dinner. That's
We
it.
debate. We
No
did
way, dude.
debate
If-
it.
So if
We
I were
did-
if that were
Marshall
me,
Mathers
I'd
ruined
be
it
like
for
setting
everyone.
this up and then be like, take a picture with me and have the Sabretooth right there.
Oh my god! Fucking Devil's Knot did that. He had the 3 chopsticks in his fingers, and he's like, "Should I go up to him like this?" And I was like,
I would have.
"We
I
were
would have
making
doing
jokes.
not
We
like.
were making jokes."
I know you know. You know what I'm saying?
He's like, like he was so funny. He took the 3 chopsticks that were on the table and just stuck them in between his thumbs and his fingers. He was like this. I'm sitting across from him, and all you see is like, ching. Fucking
So-
like what is
I
it?
forget who
Animatium.
I got out LAX and I caught one of the shuttles to the car rental place, and I ran in. I forget who the fuck it was. And I looked at him. He looked at me. I looked right back at him, and he goes, "Yeah, it's me." And I'm like, "Yo, man, but it was epic." And I'm like, "Who the fuck was that dude?" It was like, he's not that super famous. But he was famous. He was a famous dude. I was watching a show that he was in. And I was like, he caught me like, Yeah. It happens. Like, you don't have to be an asshole about it. You know, they're huge. They're just regular ass people like the rest of us. They're just
Right.
really-
I really think that it depends. Like, if we were able to like leave before them because they left before us, like if we were able to walk by, like we even said, like maybe we would just be like, oh, it's like have a great dinner, just even that.
Look,
And they
you
left
were
before us. It was too far to be like,
you were sitting next to Devil's Knot. If I walked into a place and I saw or across, if I walked into that same place that same night and I would have looked at Leave and I'm like, oh my god, who's that fucking? I know that dude, that famous motherfucker with the goddamn chops like that. That dude is famous because he's sitting here next to me. That dude is famous. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would have done. I would have gone straight up to Devil's Knot. Hey man, thank you for I don't mean to disrespect or I love your work. Can I take a selfie with you real quick? And then Leave would have been like, yo, do I not? And then y'all would have got a fucking a movie together. I would have fucking hooked you guys up. You guys fucked it up and didn't invite me. That's what happened. You guys would have been set up. I would have made Devil's Knot the motherfucking celebrity in the play. Don't even ignore Leave. You know what I'm saying? Like ignore him, but then be like, yo, what's going on? All the fucking fans. Oh shit. The paparazzi come in. I would have brought fucking Fat Mento, fucking everybody. As for with cameras. Oh, it's him. We don't even say a name. And he say, oh, and then Devil's Knot would be like, yeah, it's me. And I would have fucking hooked you guys up, but again, y'all flipping.
Yeah.
Okay, Alex, where was your best place?
Like at first, like I said, no.
All right, so that day I don't even remember eating. That's the one thing when I'm working. Like, did we eat that?
You
day?
had food the day before.
Yeah, like it was leading up to it.
That's
usually
food.
when I'm working a con, like it, everybody knows they yell at me all the time. You gotta eat, but it's just like. I like to enjoy my food. I like to sit down, just leave me alone. Like on rare occasions where I'm like starving, I say, okay, I'm gonna go fucking. But I hate, like I have this weird thing. Where I don't like eating in front of you. If it's in a like non-restaurant situation, you know what I'm saying? Like if we're not having a meal, like I don't want to sit in front of you at a booth and be like, yeah, man. So I gotta like that's fucking weird to me. It's just me. It's just me. So I'm not judging. I'm just
I get that.
When I'm working, I usually don't. But the night before was fucking dope because I broke bread with Mento and Fett here in Philly before we hit the road. Right before we hit the road.
Broke bread. I love how you say that.
Hey man, you know what I mean? Like I said, I thoroughly enjoy eating. I thoroughly enjoy the ambiance, the conversations, like yo, did you try this? Oh, like that. I love that. That's why every time that I tell everybody come to Philly, come see me, I'm taking you out to fucking eat something. Like, let's go do some cheesesteaks, let's do something. But to me, it's that. So we sat there and I took them to one of my favorite Puerto Rican spots. So I actually saw and witnessed and broke bread with Mento, the kids, Kim. And,
wait, there's Puerto Rican food near you?
100%. Maybe this is Philly.
Do they have pollo?
Yes, there
do
is.
They have pollo guisado and pernil there?
I make a pollo guisado, but yeah, I can get you some pollo guisado easy.
Pollo guisado and pernil, like in like one thing.
We're about to throw down on some pernil next week. Like, come on, man. Like that's it. Like, come on. Let's
well, that's because it's Christmas. Of course you are.
Yeah. And coquito's coming too. Shit, it's all coming. Oh yeah, like that spot is.
Just send me some chicharron with it too while you're at it. Like
I ordered some chicharron for that meal. I gave him a spread.
Put chicharron in your cornbread?
Say it again.
You ever put chicharron in your cornbread? Like grind it up?
Like cornbread.
My head just went like, ooh.
Yeah, that sounds fucking delicious, bro.
instead of bacon in it. Oh my god, yeah, that would be
work. But like nice, like yes, you're in. I'm in. I'm gonna try that.
Now I'm hungry.
Yeah, guys, this is ridiculous.
It's 10 o'clock. God.
So
all right, so let's see.
Honey sriracha chips. Sorry.
Yeah. What was your preferred snack while vending? So you're at your booth and you're drinking water like a smart person and you have a snack. That's them.
I got
sriracha chips.
Honey sriracha chips. You guys haven't tried these motherfuckers? Damn. And that's Yessie. She knows. No,
I love honey sriracha things.
Oh, it's so good. But snack wise, again, I don't. If I do that, I'm going outside. I'm fucking hiding in the corner eating. If I'm having a snack, what do you do, Nicole? Do you have any snacks with you, or you just that's not?
So like I was terrible because like I had that box of candy that I had out, like for people to take stuff.
Those were edible. Stop playing.
But,
Those were
No, they were not, because children took them and they were literally like actual
high
wrapped
as shit. I
like
saw him
candy.
running around like fucking. You got Ultra Max kid high. He was fucking bouncing off the walls. It's crazy. And then he
Who?
stopped Oka.
Who?
Oka's kid.
Oh my god, yeah. No, God. Can you
So Nicole, you didn't
imagine
bring
her do
snacks
that?
with you?
I think I like had like I had like those little, what are those panda cookie things? The panda with the chocolate inside. I had like
Oh,
The-
Oh, Pengy snacks.
no, not Pengy snacks.
Oh.
I ate all my shit that Pengy gave me a long time ago. That does not last very long in this household.
No, she sent some to the creatives. You
Well,
didn't
I
get
didn't know. I didn't know that because I would have been sitting there eating all that. Anyways, she knows, but she
Shout out
knows
to
that I
Fat Boy
eat
Running
those too
for
quick.
fucking muling the fucking delicious snacks from Penji.
They're so good. But like, those peanut butter. Stop. Okay.
Ooh, with the
But-
inside. Ooh, with the secret inside.
But you know how Classic Pizza, like with their packages, they send you like snacks and shit. They've been sending like chips and stuff too. So I packed those for just me, for like if I was getting a little like so I like ate those.
When you get a little
Does
what?
that count? If I get a little yeah.
Yes, that counts. That absolutely counts. I think my go-to, because it's usually some type of like a Slim Jim or beef jerky or something like that'll give me a little pep.
Yeah.
I can't do, because I'm a diabetic. I can't do a lot of sugar, but I can eat at the booth, because that makes me go fucking crazy a little bit. So I try to keep it kind of mellow, kind of keep it like protein based and shit. So we should be good.
Right on. All right. So let's say, okay, so it was the end of the event. Everything's good. How long did it take
Yeah.
you to pack up?
Longer.
I found that packing up takes longer than unloading.
Yes.
Okay, Nico, how do you break down? Because you were out pretty quick.
I was literally one of the last ones with you, Alex.
Okay, that's right. You're right. Listen. For this event, I told
I
myself,
swear to God, Alex does not know shit that goes. He's like, yeah, you were real on time. You were out, and I'm like,
didn't I just say that when it comes to like dates and times and shit, I have no idea. Because that's why I get yelled at about, like, you need to fucking hurry up. Like, we were getting literally fucking kicked out. Like,
so the problem was I was done, and I was like, Lost was over somewhere talking to somebody, and I was like, this bitch is gonna get left behind. Like, I'm about to make this motherfucker Uber all the way back to our fucking like Airbnb if he doesn't hurry the fuck up. Like, but I think it took me like 45 minutes to break down, because like you're rewrapping like the canvases that I brought, and like you're making sure everything's all nice again, versus like when you're opening it, you're kind of just like this and you put it out, and then when you're like, okay, it has to go back into my suitcase, and then you're like, oh fuck, I bought a whole bunch of bullshit, and now I have less room in the suit. How did that happen?
that work? That's
I was so glad that I got like a shirt from the Plastic Pizza people, because like any small toy I got, I was just like, boop, pizza box.
Yep. I used to
like everything filled it.
I used to pizza box to carry a bunch of my toys. Just fucking, there's a shirt.
Yeah.
Yep, that was it.
There's nothing that can right. There's nothing in there that can bend or anything that they gave. It was the shirt. It's just the shirt. Yeah. Exactly. I put like the COVID toy that Scala gave me. I was just like, bloop.
I fucking love that piece. What a great piece. I got one of those somewhere.
And then there was something that Smirky made. One of her bears. She did like a double cast of it, and in the middle it had it said like the creatives on it, and it's so cute. And it's just the bus though. Bloop, bloop.
Yep, the box that saved my butt a little bit. Just carrying stuff in there, because I bought more shit. I came home with more shit at the creatives, because I didn't.
Went with.
Yeah, I don't think it wasn't I didn't sell a lot of the toys there. There was a lot of like prints and posters that went. There was a lot of small items that went, but all the big. I lucked out. One of the big ticket items did go. So I found Little Jizzy at home. Big Little Jizzy found a home, which is pretty cool.
Jizzy, yeah. That was a 12-incher, right?
No, that shit was 26 inches.
Okay, so
that thing was fucking massive. It was fucking massive, and it lit up like a it was a night lamp. It was fucking cool. So it's nice. So I was able that by removing that, I was able to have some extra space. But I I told myself, man, I'm waiting. I'm like, everybody's packing up. I'm like, I'll wait. I fucking took almost an hour to get fucking just fucking like literally like people were rushing me. Everybody's breaking down tables around me. I was like, man, I gotta put this here. It took forever. It's rare that I like to break down fast. I don't like the anxiety that comes with it.
Yeah.
Decon, not this year, but I think the last decon, I had a flight at 8. So by 5, I had to be in an Uber by 5 o'clock. The show.
I remember that. You were so stupid.
I'm packing shit at the booth while fucking people are. I don't like it, and I don't think I ever will do that again. It's just a rare occasion where you got to come in and out. But
if you ever text me saying that that's the time your flight is, I'm going to tell you just to get a new flight.
Nah, it was dumb. It was dumb. I literally gave myself extra 2 days. Like I'm
good.
And I think the plan is moving forward is if I do a show out of the state where I have to fly in, I need to give myself a day to just pack and ship shit. You know what I'm saying? Make it a little easier to kind of get all the shit out of the fucking con. But I usually and everybody who runs cons with me, they'll tell you the same, man. I take my fucking time. To me, it's like it's a release, right? Like you just finished working, and now it's just like I'm not in a rush. Now the fucking venue be like, yo, get the fuck out, but I'm not in a rush unless I have to be somewhere or go somewhere. Never in a fucking mad rush.
Yeah. So Alicia after decon, while I was at decon, she went to Universal Studios on Sunday, 40 minutes away from the airport, and she leaves like 3-4 hours before to get to her flight, and she's late. Like she misses her fucking flight. So like 1 o'clock in the morning, she's calling me, and I'm passed the fuck out in my hotel room. She's like, I missed my flight. Can I drive home with you?
Shit.
I'm like, of course you can. So she takes an Uber back to Anaheim from LAX. Gets to the hotel by like 2 o'clock, and we're out the door by. Well, Aaron wanted to have lunch or breakfast, so then like we went and met Aaron, and then left LA by like 11 o'clock. It was like, wow, like if she hadn't, I would have been out the door by like 6:30 in the morning, and
yeah, lucky. Yeah. Like, I'm a stickler. I when I have a flight, man, I give myself fucking enough time. Like fuck that shit. Like
4 hours should have been plenty of time.
Yeah, and she still missed it. That's crazy.
Yeah, like by 3 minutes, they closed the door, but the thing hadn't retracted, and they wouldn't open the door. And she wasn't alone. It was like 4 or 5 people that missed it too. So they were like, "Well, we can put you on standby," and she's like, "Oh no."
I'm doing a new rule. I'm doing a new rule to myself, and I started it at decon. It's like if I have to travel somewhere, driving, flying, whatever. I'm giving myself a celebratory motherfucking Bloody Mary after wherever the fuck I end up. If it's close to a beach, you better believe I'm gonna be a motherfucking beach.
I think Bloody Marys,
dude. I forgot that. You like them? You don't like them?
I love that.
Okay,
Vodka and I are best friends.
It's crazy. Like I
say that because now I sound like an alcoholic. Vodka and I are relatively the same person because we're Russian.
No, it's one of those things that back in college, my boy, he's the one that introduced me to him. This dude was from where was he from? He was from Ecuador, fucking Ecuador, and we used to go to
Bloody Marys.
School. Yeah, that's again weird, right? But we went to school in Miami, and our classes were in a fucking like hotel, so there was a hotel bar. So every time we would drink every night.
Where did you go to college?
The International Fine Arts College down in Miami. It turned into the Art Institute, Miami International School of Art and Design, but it was IFAC when I first started. But it was the DoubleTree Hotel downtown Miami, and there was a fucking dope ass fancy fucking bar. And sure enough, man, like every time we would wake up with a fucking hangover, he's like, "Yo, I got a cure. Let's go get a fucking Bloody Mary." I was like, "Dude, I'm not drinking at fucking 8 o'clock in the motherfucking morning. You crazy?" He's like, "Nah." He's like this, and that was it. And I had forgotten about it. And then when we went to decon this year, I told Fed, I'm like, "Yo, we're gonna fucking celebrate." And I showed up, and sure enough, she said, "Hey," I said, "Yo, what's she said, "You gotta try the Bloody Mary." And that shit fucking triggered every fucking memory. I was like, "Yes," and it was delicious. I think I had 3 of them before I got on the plane. It was stupid.
This is my go-to Bloody Mary mix.
I don't even think I've ever made one. I don't. I'll just or like the one in Miami. It came with like fucking shrimp and fucking all kinds of crazy shit. I'm like,
that
this is
mix though.
I gotta
This
try that.
mix.
You gotta
You
send it to
can
me?
you marinate your chicken in for fajitas,
Yeah.
and the rest you drink. Like this makes the best fajita marinade too.
No, the best vodka.
Like
Mm.
seriously, that mix alone, it costs $5.
Send me that
Fajita
link. I want
marinade.
to try it. I'm gonna fucking try it. So you cook your chicken, you marinate, you take that juice, and you fucking make your goddamn blood marinade.
Yes, see,
Yeah.
I didn't have any purse vodka. I was denied the purse vodka.
Why?
Like that, yeah.
Why? Because I didn't know about it until after I left, and there was no
Purse
purse vodka.
No way.
That was
She had
decon. That was decon. That was decon.
Yeah, she kept pulling bottles out of her fucking purse. It was crazy.
I didn't know.
No, we were right. She was right in front of you, drinking a fucking straight out of the bottle, and you're like, you didn't see that shit.
Yeah.
I completely was unaware of what was going on at that
In
point.
another
When I
life,
heard about
Yessie
it
and I
after
would've-
4, I was like, whoa.
In another life, Yessie and I were drinking buddies because like all her behaviors is stuff I would do.
Oh, 100%. Fucking Rick. Rick takes us to the house. Where did we hang? Was it Tennessee? Where the fuck were we?
Yeah, we were in Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis, fucking Tennessee. This
Or was it
motherfucker
Nashville? Memphis.
that's when my love affair started. With him.
Yeah,
It's like,
absolutely.
fuck
Yes,
this is-
yes, that's how I found out that there were shots available. I know.
Okay. Yes, exactly. Bean. Yes. I thought I'm not.
That's
going
how I
to-
figured it out.
But we were all right there. She kept pulling fucking bottles out. Fucking crazy.
Well, I didn't know. Okay, cheers. Okay, next
All right.
question.
Next
Oh,
question.
the next question. If Creative Con happened again, would you go?
Yes,
Would you do it again?
Yes. And I'll say
with
and
a
I'll say-
different game plan.
yes, exactly. Okay, so
I would know
Look.
what the plan is now.
you know my rule. My rule is I do not fucking do first year cons. It's just it does for me. It doesn't make any sense. Look. You're taking time away from your family, your work, your people to host or to go and do a show. So
Yeah.
first year cons are a gamble. You don't know any statistics, you don't know any data, you don't know anything. So my rule when I was running the cons is like if it's a first year, unless unless they sponsored my table, right? Which happened all the time, which is fucking pretty cool. So I would do it if they paid for the table. But this one was interesting because this one, I think I'm all in on the creatives, right? Like I'm all in. It's one of those projects that I think has so much potential. And this show, even in its infancy, I did okay. I didn't lose money. Let's talk financials, right?
Right.
We did okay. But like Nicole said, I think the game plan has to be different.
Yeah.
This
What do
is
you mean?
something that is very specific. The crowd was very specific. So I think coming in with a different mindset and a different rollout of what you offer is very important. Nicole, what did you feel like the best things that sold for you were? Was it high ticket items, low ticket items?
Small,
Small.
low. Yeah.
Yep. And I think that's the
I think it's like there's so many creatives around that people were like, oh, you know what? Like if I spend $200 with you, then I ain't got shit to spend with the person
That's
that's next to you.
Yeah.
So like with JFO, he sent me, a whole bunch of the balls that I had, and like Lost and I had a collab like sticker card deal, and like people were like, oh, boom, $15, $10, whatever. And it was just easy. It's easy to get a few things from each person to put them in your pocket. Like DIY cards, people are selling things like that, and it's or like in your bag or whatever, and you're like, okay, cool. I spread out my $300 budget or whatever across literally all 50 people versus like, oh, that's a $300 custom. I'm done.
That's
Right.
it. I think you hit the nail right on the head. When you do something like Decon, you're expecting the foot traffic is bigger. So if somebody has a $200 budget, that person is in a crowd of 10,000, right?
Yeah.
The chances of it falling in your lap is pretty nice because you'll have
Yeah.
multiple people like that. But coming into such an intimate location, if somebody comes in with $300 and they buy a big ticket item, they're done. And I know they want to support every single one of those artists. So I think moving forward is just make sure that you have the ability
Some smaller things.
to spread it out a little bit. And I think like I said, the potential for the creatives, whew, bananas. So
Yeah.
yes,
Like those
in a heartbeat.
cake pops that we did for like the scavenger hunt. Like
Yeah.
I think those would like all that kind of
Perfect.
like and like customizing like maybe like blind box figures and shit like that. Like I
Small.
think it's
You can
it's
still
right up
bring
there.
toys. I think toys. I sold a couple toys. So it's like it's not that you can't sell them. I think it's they want to support 50 different artists, and you can't expect 50, once a person to support, $100, $200 piece 50 fucking times. It's not that doesn't make any fucking sense. So yeah, in a heartbeat, I would do True Creatives without even blinking.
Right on. All right, the layout. Did you guys enjoy the layout? You already answered this question a bit, but I'll let you expand more.
Yeah, but I think so yeah, besides layout and like how like it was nice to be able to be like, oh cool, I want to go over there and I can still see my shit. Red did it in such a nice way alphabetically that like for a fact there was no like, oh, this is the big guy in the front. Like, nobody felt like a small fish. No one felt like a big fish. Everyone felt like we were living in the same fucking like aquarium, like, vibing with each other versus like, oh, he's bigger than me. It was A, B, C, D, E, F, G. No one is fucking better than me. Like, it literally was like the coolest thing.
Yeah.
Rhyme. But like, it was when I saw it like that, like after the map came out, I was like, that's so smart. Because
And
it
it's so
literally
simple, right?
makes it's so simple. It's such a simple answer to making nobody feel like shit.
Correct, because let's be honest, some of these bigger shows they curate the fuck out of it so that all the big guys. Listen, we were dealt a crazy hand at Decon. We were literally as far back as you could possibly get it, and so much so that they actually had a seating area to rest.
Yeah.
And then we were past that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
you
if I got to that point, I'm not going past that. This is it. This is the end, right? This is what I don't know. It was fucking weird. The way Red laid it out, I agree with Nicole. I think it leveled the playing field. You're not, we're here together. The vibe, that's the vibe you got. And the fact that I think everybody, once you get kind of leveled out, now you're just seeing the hustle of all these artists. And that hustle is super contagious. So you'll see, Urge Yourself rocking with somebody over here, giving out stickers and everything. Then you'll see fucking Nicole it was I thoroughly, and this is why I am so in going forward. You know what I mean? You good?
Yeah.
That's why I'm so in, because I think that vibe alone makes it worth it. And I think the potential of growth moving forward is crazy. I can sit next to a big name and you still got the same shot that anybody else would, which is fucking crazy.
Right on.
And nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. The site itself, scale 1 to 10 being okay. So on the scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the zero, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. How would you rate the site? You can tell that, but from my point of view, site is always important because we've been to some really good sites.
Like the actual location.
Yeah, the actual location, like this, like the whole shebang, like the location, like city it's in, your parking, the venue itself, and food available, like factor all of those to make it whether or not it's a 1 to 10. Like, I'd give the Anaheim Convention Center a decent score, with the exception that you have to go 20 minutes for
Yeah,
food.
Tiffany's
hotels are
answering it
pretty
the way I'm
close,
thinking.
but it's spendy to get hotels there. Food's far away. Hell, like Yessie got me like sandwiches from 7-Eleven. I was so grateful to have them. Thanks, Yessie. Yeah, so like that whole thing, and construction aside, because construction's not always going to be there, right? Right?
Yeah, that's the thing. I was like, it's kind of hard, like.
I'm in Minnesota. We have like 2 seasons, winter and construction.
Okay, if we're gonna factor in we're factoring in hotel. Is that what you're saying too?
Yeah.
We're factoring in hotel.
Yeah, like how, like the Pasadena event site.
Okay, I will give it a 7 then,
Okay.
because I liked where it was. I like how the parking is a lot cheaper if you have to park in a garage than it is for the Javits Center. I parked the entire day there for $30. Like,
You'll
can't
spend double
shake.
that out of Javits.
Yeah, you cannot fucking shake that with a fucking stick. And like there probably would have been street parking if there wasn't construction. So like that's another part of it. The 3 points I take are the fact that like food, like you said, food, because it's in like a popular shopping area. But I wouldn't say it's like a quick. But yeah, you can't like you probably have to Uber Eats and pick up some shit.
But like after the event, would you have been able to walk to a restaurant nearby and chill out with your buddies there? Or
Yeah.
You're in.
Yeah.
I mean, New York is popping, so like you throw a rock and you hit a restaurant.
I
you
mean,
know?
you
Yeah.
figure that for Anaheim too, but the two places closest to the convention center closed down. So I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't know where to go for breakfast because my
But
go-tos were gone.
like my 2 points I guess go for like I was like I was saying also the fact that like it costs a lot to stay in New York. It costs
that's
it
the
costs
biggest-
your
yeah.
and like even if you stay in New Jersey, you're taking either like transportation like that you're paying for to go in, or you're paying the tolls, or
Oh, look at that.
you know. Yeah, see,
that's a good.
Tiff knows.
Yeah.
Like somebody literally was on the phone with me and was like, "Oh, let me see how expensive it is to just go to New York for like right before Christmas," and it was $1,000. And I was like, "Bro, why are you even looking at that?"
Well,
Like,
you can drive.
No, I mean, that's
yeah, no. So I think that's literally like that 3, because like the venue is great, like we were saying. Locationally in New York itself, it's great. It's it's not tucked away. It's not in a random part of Manhattan that you're like, what the fuck's going on? Like the location. Also, the complete sculptures right below you. So if you needed fucking supplies, you could have just walked downstairs.
That was wild.
Nice.
That was wild. Yeah, that was.
And I did myself a disservice because my ass needed silicone and I could have just walked down the stairs.
I did not go downstairs either.
So you could have bought resin supplies right downstairs.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%. The guy
Sculpting tools, everything right downstairs.
Everything is downstairs.
That's crazy.
I'll send you the link to the place.
Okay.
And so like you know what? I'll give it an 8 then. I'll take the 2 points away for the fucking parking. Not the parking. What did I say? For the fucking like the hotel, and just like kind of like having to walk a little bit further, I guess, to get like food if you really like could only run in and run out. Like, if it was one of those kind of things, if you want to just run to the corner, run back, there wasn't like a lot of crazy shit. So
but he's pretty
I liked
solid
it
for a first event. Right, Alex?
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna be very fucking critical right now. Okay.
Okay.
On paper, to me, this is a fucking 5, and I'll tell you why. It's a one-day show going into New York, and this is for me specifically because I got to drive from Philly to New York. Okay.
Right.
So, if and when it didn't go down the way that it went down, this is a 5 for me. Right. And again, the first year shows. This is what my expectations are. I have to pay. It usually costs me around $20 to $30 in gas alone from Philly to New York. Between tolls and bridges, that's another $30. Right. So I'm 60 in the hole just to get there. Okay. Parking.
You're not adding correct from Philly to New York and New York back. That is $60 in tolls.
There it is. Okay, so you're right.
Like I know how much it takes me to go to Martian every time.
Yes. So now we're at 60, not including fucking parking. So in my mind, I have to spend anywhere between $40 and $50 a park. I'm already in the whole $125 fucking dollars. Okay. Now listen, it doesn't seem like a lot, but on one-day shows, the expectation is, this is not a 3-day banger where you're going out that you're selling the fucking shit out. It's very concise, and so going in, I'm like, fuck, I'm already in the whole without even blinking. Okay.
Did you stay there or did you?
I did. So this is why this changes a little bit. So I'm gonna agree with. I'm gonna go a little bit less than Nicole. I'm gonna be 7.5 on this one.
Okay.
And I tell you why, because we were able to make it happen. Okay. And I say this like this: we were lucky enough to find a location literally like 6 blocks away from the fucking event. Okay. Me, Mento, and Fett split a room for the night before. Okay. So now my cost to get up there, I'm still seeing 125, right?
Mhm.
But then I had another, again, lucked out. Probably my part was about 120 for the room. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm 250 in the hole, right?
Okay.
Am I doing my math right? Yeah, 125
Yeah.
and 125. 250.
A little over, but that's all right. I'd rather
little bit. Well,
overestimate.
you know, hey, listen, I eat a lot,
Yeah,
so there's a lot of
that's fine.
snacks and shit that I bought on the way. Okay, leave me alone.
Right.
You got the cost of the table. That's 250. So now I'm at $500. This is why for me on paper it's a 5. Like, man, this is
Right.
like,
Yeah.
can I recoup $500 just to break even for the show for a 1-day banger? That's tough. Listen, I've done a lot of 1-day bangers. It's you know, what happened was it all worked out because I was able to split a room. That cost was manageable because we were able to sell the way we were selling on Saturday. You know, that got covered really fast. So I'm like, okay, I saw the that's why I saw the potential, right? Me, Rick, you and I both know we are fucking. If I could sleep in my car, I'm sleeping in my fucking car. As many dollars. Like when it comes to fucking shows, I am as cheap as you're gonna fucking find them because I need to make sure that I recoup as much cost leaving to go to these shows because I gotta come back. I gotta pay fucking bills. I don't have the luxury of saying I'm staying at a 4-star, 5-star fucking hotel and I'm doing nah, fuck that. You know, if I can stay in a fucking, you know, my car, I'm staying. But because how this turned out, so the gas and the tolls didn't change. So that's always going to be the same. But I was lucky enough to find parking for free. All right. That street, I got there early enough where
you didn't get blocked off.
A specific section where it was, you know, you could park for free for that day. It was Saturday. There was, you know, there was no reason you couldn't park there. So I lucked out on the street. I lucked out staying the night before. The travel from the hotel to the room, that's why we were able to get there early. That's why I was able to set up early. So this is like the snowball got bigger and bigger and in pushing that number higher because a lot of things really truly worked out, right? Because I didn't stay the night, the trip back home, I was able to save money because I slept in my own bed that night. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for me, this was a 7.5 with the potential of, man, so much more. Now knowing how to sell at that show, right? So I can't fucking wait, man. I think that's where I'm calling it here. And again, New York shows are so difficult. Me, every time I do a New York show, I'm crashing at somebody's couch. I'm fucking, you know, catching a train. I'm trying to be as conservative as possible because I know how expensive it is. Yeah. If you want to go out to dinner, you know, you're dropping a shit ton of fucking money. You know, you want to hang out, grab some drinks, you're dropping a shit ton of money. So it's like, you know, this time around, I splurged a little bit by staying at a hotel the night before because that wasn't initially the plan. The plan was to drive in that morning and drive home that night, but we decided last minute. We actually booked the hotel while we were on the turnpike going to New York. So, you know, and again, lucked out because
when you told me that, like texting me, I was like, oh Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I was like, yo, Nicholas, check it out. I'm fucking actually
because he's like, I'm not staying. And I was like,
okay, so if you hadn't stayed, how early would you have had to get up?
So on a Saturday to New York, I give myself 2.5 hours. So if I needed to be there by 8, I would have left at, you know, 5:30.
Yeah, I probably, if I didn't stay, even though, like, because, you know, I live right on the line, so it's 45 minutes for me, but I stayed because I did not want to, like, I had also Plastic Pizza had the event the next day. I didn't want to, like, go in and then take my stuff back and then drive back. Like, I didn't want to do what Alex did. And because I usually do, and Alex usually doesn't. So I did the reverse. Like, we kind of just went like this.
Yeah, because they go like, New York Comic Con. Sometimes, dude, I'll drive back or I'll catch a train back and forth every night just to avoid a fucking hotel fee. New York Comic Con to get a fucking hotel in the city is in fucking possible unless you balling.
And well, unless you buy it literally in fucking January, like for October. So like I think I would have had to have left for. It started at 11 for me to have set up by 9 or 10. If I didn't do a last minute-y thing, I would have only had to leave by 8 because like there is literally no fucking traffic that
Coming
early in the morning on the
north to-
weekend.
North into the city, right?
South.
Sorry, south into the city. Yeah, going
Yeah,
north.
that's the difference. Oh
a
yeah,
pain
if
in
I
the
was
ass.
leaving the city, oh fangul. Or if I was going any further past the city, I fangul. Like
Because
you
you
know,
don't have
like,
you don't
fuck
have to
me.
take any big bridges or any tunnels from where you're
No.
at down. So that's
No,
that's
you
what
literally
kills-
just take 95 and you're like, ta-da, here's
there.
Manhattan. Or
Yeah.
you take like the RFK or like, you know, FDR, depending on like where you're coming in from. But like that's literally it.
That's what kills me every single time is the bridges or the tunnels, and it's a absolute crapshoot. You don't know what it doesn't matter what day it is. On the weekends, Sunday mornings usually I find is the best time to fucking drive in, but Saturday, Fridays, oh man, it's a you whatever.
And that was the other thing. Driving home, I knew from the show I did in June when when Plastic Pizza had that event there, like at Zazzy's the last time, my ass drove home each day, and I was able to do like remember how they did Pop Shop right after? I was able to buy shit from like your pizza gorilla in traffic on the FDR. I was like, well, like I was sitting there like this, like in dead stop traffic, like,
Because
well,
you're
I
not
guess I
moving,
might as well
right?
just walk. No, the 45-minute drive becomes 2 hours and 15 minutes. And
Without
I'm like,
blinking.
well, at that point, I might as well I'm falling asleep in the car. I'm gonna get
Yeah.
an Airbnb.
I've been stuck from the Javits. It's taken me from the Javits.
Oh, we had our first person try to spam us with sex stuff in our chat.
They knew I was coming. They knew I was
Sorry.
coming. I knew it.
Sorry.
Wait, where can I
I
get
just got
private
so
dating site?
excited.
Can I click on the site? Triple X site? Yes. Look at this.
Don't do it.
Don't you're gonna get. I was just so like, oh my god, we got our
Yeah, I've been legit from the and Nicole can vouch from the Javits till you cross the fucking tunnel till you get in Jersey. How far is that?
It's that's not far because from Brooklyn,
It's like it's 2 minutes
From
away.
Air-
You
from
walk
Aaron's
out of the.
to-
It's there.
from Aaron's to your place is 71 miles.
Correct.
You can literally
that-
walk out of the Javits and walk to the fucking tunnel.
I've been in traffic.
I've taken it by accident doing that.
Between
My
Javits
road
and
trip
the
brain
fucking
says
tunnel to
that
get out of the
that
tunnel,
drive
2 fucking hours. And I'm like,
Right.
and it's happened at least 3 times, at least 3 fucking times in the course of all my fucking cons up there. It's fucking terrible. That's why, like, I am not rushing out of New York when I'm done because I know for a
Right.
fact there's more than likely I'm gonna be sitting in fucking traffic for the next fucking 2 hours just doing shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
so I'd rather
God.
go out. I'd rather go get a bite of food. I park somewhere and fucking, you know what I mean? So you just gotta plan according. And again, I'm giving the fucking creative 7.5 just because of that, because I think a lot of things worked out really well. And I was surprised by the sales. I was surprised by the free parking. And yeah, it was fucking dope. So, I mean, listen,
I was surprised by the free parking.
I love it. I love free. Anything free, I'm in. Fuck this shit.
No,
you know
but,
what I mean?
but like, okay, so you should know though, in the city on Sundays and Saturdays, most of the time, if you're in downtown, you're fine.
Yep.
It's uptown and midtown that you're fucked like to
Fucked.
hell in a
Everything is
hand.
fucked,
Like
yeah.
there's no point of that.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, like I said, this has potential, and now knowing that I don't have to take big ticket items, I can my cost savings goes crazy because
Yeah,
all
you
I
can
have to
pack
do
a
is
ton
catch
of
the train
smalls.
into the city. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
to catch the train into the city from Philly is about $30, right?
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you pay. And I'm like, I can do that. That is, you know, that is super fucking real. And I could probably fill a
How long
fucking
does the train take to go from Philly to your place?
hour and a half.
Hour
The,
and a
the
half.
longest I've been stuck in a train for like 3 hours, but that was a fucking rat one time. I've been there. If you can catch the express.
Are you talking about from the Amtrak?
Yeah, I got a train station here in Philly, so I go one train from here to Trenton, and then from Trenton to Penn Station. It literally it takes me longer to wait for the fucking Penn Station train than anything, because usually I'll catch it so that I'm getting off one train and jumping off on a jumping in another one. It's easy. I park my car here. It's $5. I can leave it there as long as I fucking want. I jump on the train, get up there, do the show. That's what I do for pins, patches, and pins usually. It's like I just take a fucking piece of luggage and boom. So Philly to New York is there's a lot of costs that incur, but again, if the show supports it, I will always single fucking do it. Patches and Pin is one of those shows, man. You make bank, so it's a no-brainer.
It's less than going to California, though.
It's less than going to California.
Mhm.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ! Cali's oh my god,
California's an expensive beast.
huh?
That's where
Yeah.
your ass gotta fucking start saving up January 1st.
God yeah. Oh
Yeah,
god yeah. You have
California's
the
an
fucking
expensive
price.
beast.
Oh, and it sucks because you know, this I don't know if I told you this story, the stupid shit. Somebody did a chargeback on me on the while I was on the plane to fucking Decon, right? So when I
Yeah,
get
you
to
told me
fucking,
about this.
oh my god, when I get to fucking Cali, I had a negative balance. I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna eat and fucking like, because I spread myself so fucking thing. I was like, I'm gonna. It was like a fucking plane crashing on the way there. I was like, fuck this shit. I'm just gonna make it. It's gotta be there. It's gotta be there, make it. But you know, shit happens, man. And the idea is that look, you can't let any of that. And we're talking, you know, candidly now, but like you can't let any of those influences influence you when you're at the show. You
Right.
need to fucking put your fucking best face forward. You're sitting there, you're talking to everybody, nothing is fucking the matter, because any of that negative shit, man, that shit will fucking drag you down, drag your sales down, drag your foot traffic down. So, you know, always remember, man, like no matter what happens, get there, have fun, make sure that you're having a good time, whether you're selling or not. Because at the end of the day, if you're not selling, guess what? You just turned that con into a fucking networking opportunity. So you make sure you fucking talk to every single person that's in that
Yeah.
fucking group. Set up some collabos, buy some shit. You know, just make sure that you utilize the time that you have and maximize what you bring out of it. Not all shows are money making shows. And Rick, I mean, you've done enough shows.
Exactly.
You know, like Tennessee, like how like we didn't do great. It wasn't like, you know, like it was a very strange show. It was a one-day banger. I don't know why the fuck I drove that long for one. Again, just supporting the homies. But
I think
we sold enough to like, you know. But I met you, and I met a bunch of other dudes that we still fucking rocks it today. And what I
I'm
got
not going
from
to go
that
into
show,
negativity of that show, but like that show had so much potential for
did.
being like
Yep.
this a good spring show.
100%, 100%.
And yeah, it was the first year. But it's like you got to start somewhere.
You got to start somewhere, and that's the thing, and that's why I want to support Red so much, because
Right.
what he's putting together, this is a different beast. This isn't a regular con, man. Like this is something different. The
Yeah.
Creatives Con is the beginning, I think, of a new era of how artists communicate with their clients and buyers and new
Okay.
faces. This is changing the script a little bit. Rick, I'm telling you, there's something here that there's something here. There's something here that
Yeah,
I think,
for sure. For
you know what I'm saying,
sure.
Nicole? Like it's
We got to like witness the beginning of like something
Sure.
something really great.
this is not a dude that is putting on a fucking show and doesn't do anything. This is a fucking artist that understands how shows are run, understands what the needs for the vendors are, understands how to bring a specific crowd into it. And it's up to us to realize, okay, how do we convert these, you know, trading card collectors to our new clientele? And listen, I'm not gonna lie, like the Creatives for me was fucking fantastic because the residuals are still kicking in. The residuals are still kicking in. There's a lot of people we met there personally that are now watching the live shows, that are now supporting, like, oh, I met you there, and like, yo, I love what you do. Like, listen, again, take that opportunity to fucking pound your chest. Tell the fucking world that you're the fucking shit and believe it. That's it. Don't ever fucking once for a second doubt that, you know, what you do is not good enough. Fuck that. You're there with everybody else. You're just as fucking great, if not greater. And that's all you do. That'll attract some fucking cool people your way, man. I'm telling you.
There you go.
Oh,
That's
yes.
cool. All right. I was about to ask for closing thoughts. So we'll do Nicole closing thoughts, Alex, and then we'll tell everybody how we can find each other, and we'll end the show.
Like religiously?
Well, you know, if that's your bag, like the only real rule we don't do is we don't discuss politics on this show. But
Facts.
I've never,
That's
I've
why
never
when
had
y'all
this-
got conspiracy with me, I just went like
That's
I
this.
was like,
aliens
I was
are real. Let's cut it
we've
out.
never,
okay?
we've
But
never said,
that's why I
we-
just dipped out.
I don't.
We've
do
never
po-
had
I
a
do
no
not-
religion.
I do not do
discussion
politics. I
here,
do not
but,
do
like,
religion. I don't do none of that shit because that
Not like
shit.
I want to field that.
Yeah, you're gonna.
No,
Like, how can I want to
no,
field that?
With the
no, I
lady?
don't want to feel that either. Please, God.
All right.
The alien probe.
Well, you know, when the alien overlords finally come, you know, we'll see if
What's happening?
whatever.
What's happening?
I don't know.
I'm writing about it. Don't worry. I'm gonna be. We'll be good. I'll give you guys heads up.
Thanks, Val. With your microchip in your arm implant and
4 microchips.
4 microchips, arm implant, and the other thing.
Of course, I just dropped my headphones. now.
All right. So, closing thought, Nicole.
My closing thought is that I need Yessie and Tiffany right now, and like just to hold me because this is what I'm dealing with.
Me too.
Reptile people.
Oh my God, Jesus
Look, it's Steph. She's
Christ.
the one that started it.
God's country. That's what I called it at Decon.
Bash with the piece of my desk that comes apart. I think that I need to like like I said, next year, like I have better game plan. I think people like for staying down there, I think like we need to plan it better so we could we could group people like to stay together so people aren't like, oh, it's $5,000. I really don't know how to close arguments with this one. Like this is not, I don't know how to do this. Y'all, we all fucked up. Complete Sculptor was below us. We all fucked up. That's it. That's it.
100%.
My closing arguments are that everybody should literally take advantage of the fact that there's a fucking place to buy supplies right below us in the middle of the goddamn con. Also,
Okay.
I think having pre-done DIY cards for sale is a good idea instead of waiting for someone to ask you for one.
Okay.
That's where I think I fucked up also because like 2 people asked me for them and I was like, okay, give me a second, and it took me like time to do, and I'm like, well, if I fucking remembered to have done this ahead of time, I could have been like, do you like any of these? Like,
Okay.
yeah, that's it. And
Okay.
snacks and water
Stacks.
and
Man, I'm a
coffee
peanut butter
and
guy.
coffee. I think I need coffee. Like I needed to have like maybe like a box of Joe or something because like, but I don't know if next year's going to
Joe?
be the same. Like, yeah, you know those like
I don't
box
know
of Joe
Squid.
things from like, but okay, so like first year cons, you know, there's like pumps of like people and then a lull and then a pump and then a lull. So it's like during the lull, my ass is like tired as shit. So I would go outside to get some cold air to be like, boop. And then I would go back in because I'd hear like, you know, oh my God, it's out inside. And I'm like, if I just had a cup of coffee, like an extra cup of coffee, I think I would have been fine. And maybe not in December. Can we move this to January? Because I already don't like that decons in December, but I would pick this over decon for December. I would go to this in December versus decon in December.
100%.
But I would really love to not have to do anything in Christmas time.
Why? I mean, I think
Because
Why?
I cook for like 15 people and I gotta plan
Yeah,
my
but
whole
Christmas-
fucking like shit for a month.
you still
But
have
as an independent, Christmas has been pretty good to me this year. Like
Yeah.
people wanting to buy, like somebody bought Man Thing as a fucking
Not me.
Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Like people were buying like toys for Christmas gifts. Like
Agreed.
even though even with all the littles that I sold at the Gift Expo and at Decon and stuff, it was like cool. These are all considered, people are buying most of them for Christmas gifts or to have it when they have guests for Christmas to have something unique, cute, etc. So like this time is great. Like
I agree.
and locally I had a great time at the Gift Expo that I was like, wow, this is yeah. Like Having a con at Christmas time is great. I don't know.
I humbly
happy,
disagree.
happy early birthday, and right after Three Kings Day, which is dope. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like that.
I still you know what? It's funny. Three Kings Day is also the Russian Orthodox New Year. But
Oh, is it?
I humbly disagree about the Christmas thing. But that's because there's a lot of us who have lots of shit that go on. So like
Yeah.
for me, tomorrow's my god kid's birthday. Next year at DCon, I literally will have to leave. If I do it, I will have to leave the same day as the show, which I hate doing. I'd have to fly here. I'd have to get jet lagged as
Yeah.
sin to then go, be with her, because I'm not gonna not be with her.
Right.
But then
No,
like,
decon next
also
year
this week, like in general, like for Christmas Eve, we have like Festa Sette de Pesci. So it's like this whole like festival thing of seven. It's this whole Italian Catholic
No,
thing,
for sure.
and then
Yeah, no, for sure.
so it's like I had this week off, this like time in between off. That's great, but I had also just sincerely appreciate not having to work until the day like before a show, and then go to the show, and then come home, and then start have to work on like the holiday stuff. Because like shit, I know Alex. He just said he put up his Christmas tree. Like that's a lot of back to 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 like stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think
It was good pocket money to buy shit, but
Right.
it also it hurts in a certain way. Like it's a catch-22.
Yeah,
I think.
it is, because I think if done correctly, and you can infuse a shit ton of money right before Christmas, to me, that's everything. Like
Yeah.
by this time of the year, like it's commissions are closed. Like, not a lot of people are hiring me, right? So
Yeah.
like the cons and the smaller shows where you can, hey, I can raise $1,000, $1,500, $2,000. Like if I can do that right before the holidays, to me, that's everything. So it's like I love. Now the 10th is, I think it's the limit. I think that the 10th has to be local. It has to be local.
Okay.
Like I wouldn't.
Yeah, because decon's like the week before next year. There's no fucking way.
There's no way.
That's
There's no way.
No.
And the thing is,
I mean,
because
they might save money trying to book that date, but like
right, and the thing is that because the cost to go out there is so expensive, now I'm dipping into the to that reserve to hope that I double that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that I can't risk that right before Christmas. That means, like you guys know, I'm an independent artist. I'm 100% freelance right now. So it's like, there's no bonus. There's no 9 to 5. There's no check coming
Right.
next week. It's like whatever I make, that's it. So, I see what you're saying, Nicole. I think you're right. I think there has to be a limit before Christmas. There's so much running up to Christmas that it's just like, shit, like you said, like I'm about to drop the Coquito pre-orders. I'm gonna fucking be cooking for the family. I'm gonna be like, putting up trees, and we're decorating tomorrow. Like it's a lot, and you only have that one weekend before Christmas, and that's it. But final thoughts for real, like it wasn't what I expected. Was it great this year? No. But the potential for this thing to be so fucking epic. And I think, Nicole, you said it. We did all fuck up, because there should have been a pooling of people, especially those that are flying in. Those are those guys, those collectors that are flying in, those artists that are flying in. There should have been ways to save a shit ton of money, because listen, we don't want to incur all these costs right before the holidays. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there should be a fucking, some type of pooling of like an Airbnb. There should be a meetup. There should be things that are specifically made so that everybody knows where to get to. The city's so big, everybody can get lost in just a couple blocks. You know what I'm saying? I could be partying on a fucking block and BOB. It's crazy. So it's like having a plan, a better plan. Hey, we have a fucking hotel room that has 6 bunk beds. Who gives a fuck? If you don't give a shit, listen, we're gonna be out partying anyway. You're there just to fucking grab a couple Z's and then fucking go. You know what I mean? If again, that's me. So if you guys are fucking as cheap as me and want to fucking throw down on something to save fucking money, let's do it. So let's plan better. It's one of those things. New York is tough, but god damn it, when you're there, like, dude, like when I'm there, I'm fucking having fun. You know what I mean? So it's like you gotta make the most of the time that you have, especially since you're sacrificing time away from your family. You know what I mean? So in a heartbeat, I would do it again. and I think we should plan better. Fucking let's do a little like summer camp in the middle of winter in New York for all the artists and collectors. You know what I'm saying? Be
We
fun.
should do a broadcast
Exactly.
thing.
Broadcast?
Yeah, like imagine like how many of us actually like do broadcasts on YouTube, Twitch, whatever. We should have like a broadcasters thing.
100%. To be honest, we were supposed to go live on that Friday. I didn't know what the venue was gonna be like, and it was just it was a mini club. So I was like, I went live for a few minutes. It was so fucking loud. I'm like, I'm out. But
But like imagine doing like having a designated setup place for like Friday before setup where you're like doing like this huge like group thing. Like
yeah, I mean, let's break bread, let's eat, let's fucking have a good time. Like let's enjoy the time that we have in the same fucking place together. I think that's what the vibe I got was. The reason we went a day early was because we got invited to a dinner. Shout out to Devil's Knot. Devil's Knot was it was Devil's Knot, Evil Ghosty, Donor, Skadoos. They all got they all did a dinner together. So yo, we're gonna show up. We're gonna fucking crash the party. We're gonna show up. We got there right at the end, but we got there. You know what I mean? But then we showed up, and there's the Plastic Pizza crew outside. So it's like it was such a cool. This is why I really want to plan this better, because there were so many people in the vicinity that like man, like we can do some really cool shit, you know, prepping for the show and then have a good time at the show. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that'll bring like we make enough noise, that'll bring people to the show. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's all planning it better next time, and you know, not like me and wait until the last fucking minute to book a hotel while you're on the way to fucking New York.
All right, so we're gonna go around the thing. I'm gonna go first. I'll go last. We're gonna end the show.
No! No!
Alex is like,
No,
oh
I know
my
how.
god,
All right.
I have a time to do things. Oh my god,
It's
no.
only 10. It's only 11. What the fuck?
Yeah, dude.
We're not going to 4 o'clock in the morning.
This is a full hour past what we usually do, Alex.
Yeah, we do.
so-
We
I
do
told
anywhere
you,
between
I
an
don't know how
hour
to
to
shut the
two.
fuck up, Nicole. I keep telling you this. Y'all fucked up by inviting me. I'll keep it talking. I'll keep it. Listen, I got
No, dude, it was fun.
Me,
It was fun. Like,
no, I'm fucking with you. It's absolutely fun.
there's
Ooh, that
yeah.
was it.
So like, we'll just go around, tell everybody where we can find you on social media, etc. And I'll say thanks and close it up. So Alejandro via Gora. Oh no, via Mono.
I was like,
right?
gorilla. He just fucking said gorilla in an accent. Figured that's the word.
That's what it is.
Alejandro via Mono, right? That's
Well,
what
Mono's
the-
monkey, but yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, all right. No, Mona is the monkey. Mono is the ape.
Correct. No, Mona is just a female monkey. Mono is a male monkey.
Oh, okay.
Gorilla is a fucking gorilla.
Pardon.
Gorilla
is
My
gorilla.
Spanish is limited.
No, your Spanish is awesome.
Like uno
You said it right the first time when you said gorilla. And I was like,
That's why I give it a
Donde
credit.
está los baños? And that's all I got.
All right.
And
My
I
name
can say
is
alligator
Alex
too.
Rivera. I stem from I'm repping Philadelphia. I go by Playful Gorilla across the board. You can catch me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, fucking. Oh, and apparently now OnlyFans. Fuck yeah, I went OnlyFans famous a couple 2 weeks ago. Yes, I went viral. Nicole, don't look at me like that. Look at this. Look at this. Would you expect anything like this? Actually, shout out to GDM because he made me go viral. He made me go viral.
oh, I was like, wait, excuse me.
Did you not see that shit?
No.
I still am getting hit up. Somebody, I guess I posted this and I put like hashtag big PP energy. And that shit fucking, I have promoters of OnlyFans sites and people, Nicole, I'm gonna show you.
Is that why I had like sex
I'm
offers in the chat?
Listen, it was fucking crazy. I got about 100 people asking me how much my OnlyFans site is. And I'm like, I need to fucking change this shit. Anyway, New Year, you're gonna find a fucking OnlyFans Playful Gorilla. We'll see what happens. We're gonna make some freaky deaky toy shits. You know, I got a bunch of fucking
Hey, you got little jizz, so
I got little jizz. Look, I got this boy. yeah, look at that. You don't know.
I signed it. I signed the dick this
That's my
time too.
souvenir from the creatives, guys. Don't be offended. It's just a
He
fucking.
literally, you have a pee-pee fetish, my dear. I'm sorry.
I don't have
like,
a pee-pee fetish. I like making people uncomfortable. Look at that shit, and it fucking glows like a light bulb. You can't.
Hey, man.
Anyway, you can catch me across the board, guys. Sorry, I'm fucking off a tangent.
That's all right.
Sorry. Next up is I'm taking a fucking break. Booze and Buddies just went. Booze and Buddies season finale was last night. Next up, we're gonna go back in January with Being Large and Art for 228 Tuesdays. That's gonna come back first week of January. Other than that, man, slide into the DMs. You need some artwork. This is a perfect time. This is perfect. My client that's a window down a little bit. So if you want to slide in to get a commission,
oh, we could do the gorilla the monkey with the bong.
The monkey with the bomb.
The bong.
He's right here.
We'll finally do that 4 years later.
This is my commit. Look, I'm working on him. He's almost there. He's almost there.
We've literally started this like in 2019. Yeah.
That is my to-do list right here on the back. So it's like next week. Oh shit. I'm sorry. Catch a release between me and Gerald Akamura. That's probably the next thing that's going to be dropping.
Oh my god, I love this.
Are coming. Okay, and this one does have all kinds of crazy UV. It's fucking dope. And then following very shortly after that is the Gory drop. So me and Gory are getting together to drop his Gory figure. So that's probably gonna happen before the year is over. Other than that, man, I'm just hustling. I got a bunch of commissions to catch up on. I got a couple scopes I'm working on, 3D scopes I'm working on, some comic books I still owe people. So I'm gonna be grinding. I may be popping in here and there and watch for the next purge. That was also fun this week. So anyway, that's all me, baby. That's all me. Thank you guys for fucking inviting me to the fucking Paint Club. You guys are fucking amazing. I love what you guys do. This new format is fucking awesome, Rick. Nicole, you guys are absolutely, it's inspirational. So thank you guys. Thank you.
Well, thanks for the insight on the event. That's totally appreciated. All right.
Anytime.
All right, Nicoletta, your turn.
You can catch me in Connecticut, or actually not really, because my ass is never here. Like I'm going to Niagara Falls on fucking Monday because I can't sit still.
I want to go to Niagara Falls. I've yet to go to Niagara Falls. You know that, right?
Well, it's because my mom went there with my dad. Like my father went. Long story. Oh, the baby. I love it when he comes in. I love it.
She came in, and I was like, "You're getting on the camera."
Wrong,
that's the rule.
Wrong pub.
Break into the studio, you get on the camera.
And then I'm gonna be here learning how to use this fucking 3D printer that I bought. Or I did not buy that. I was gifted by my stepfather, who was tired of me dealing with other people.
Nice.
Verbatim. I'm tired of you dealing with other people. Go fucking buy that shit. Go on my Amazon. Go fucking at it. And I'm like, it's so expensive. And he's like, go fucking at it. I'm like, oh.
I'll be hitting you up for 3D prints once you master it.
And I am doing a lot, like the next few months, like how Alex said, like I'm in one show in January, but the next few months I'm trying to, like, besides learn that.
We're all on the Hello show, right?
You and I are. He's not. He said no.
I'm so sorry. Okay.
I turned it. No. I turned it down. I think this next year I'm going to back off on a lot of shows. I want to focus on this guy right here.
I'm playful. Yeah.
I don't blame you. But
that's the next big thing that I'm going to just focus.
Like I'm learning how to mold make with beans. So like that's another thing. So I'm just trying to like go all in-house,
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, and that's going to be like the ideal goal by February to have locked down. So I'll be here in my hobbit hole learning to do things.
Well, you're in your hobbit hole. I'm in my hobbit cave. Look at this shit. It's fucking crazy. So we're stuck
this is the first paint club that I haven't done this. Like looking out the window, Rick will tell you, because there's a spotlight outside that turns on like consistently, and I'm always like, what the fuck? And it's always a stray cat. And this is the first time that I'm not like doing this the whole paint club. I just realized that when we said the cave, and I was like, where's the cat?
There you go.
Well, since I'm not doing shows, I wanna start crashing Paint Club more often. Just FYI.
Well, there you go.
Come
We'll,
crash.
we'll set up times. I bet that link is going to be this. I believe the way Melon is set up, that link is going to be good the whole
Really?
time.
Oh,
Yeah,
you guys fucked up. Oh, you guys fucked up.
I'm just going to tell you know what, maybe, but I'm going to explain the limitations that as I find them. So like, because yes, it is. So I was telling Priscilla at Decon, I was like, like the hardest thing for me about change is like when you leave a service, like your phone or whatever, you don't know if the next one's going to be better or just as bad, right?
Yep.
So like, and so it's like it was hard to make that switch from Zoom to Melon because it's like the main propaganda you see about why Melon's so good on YouTube is by Melon producers or design influencers, right? So it's like you gotta and like I'm fairly pleased with this over using Zoom. But yeah.
Is this the first time you use Melon?
What?
Is this the first time using Melon?
This is the second time.
Yeah.
So like we used it first time in December, and I was playing with it for like a couple days prior, and like once I figured out I got it where I thought it would look all right, I called Nicole and I was like, you need to jump on so we could see if you can do this or how easy, how user friendly it is for you to just jump onto something new. And it worked out fine. Like clearly we're having some weird glitches with the audio, but I'm like, okay, well, it's not bad. It was easy enough to fix. So yeah. All right. So you can find me, Rick Stroh, on Instagram and rickstro.com, and on Facebook the same way. Not on Twitter, because whoever has that Rick Stroh thing still after 10 years only has 6 followers.
Somebody has your name on Twitter?
Yeah, but yeah, I offered to buy it like 5 years ago, and that dude never came back to me.
That's literally me and Mad Hattress on Instagram. I'm on 5 years of 0 followers, 0 posts, 0 anything.
So like, yeah. All right. So thank you, Alex, for joining us. Definitely do not be a stranger. And yeah, everybody, happy holidays.
Yeah. If
Go
you
be
celebrate,
safe.
tomorrow starts Hanukkah, so happy Hanukkah.
Happy
Yeah,
Hanukkah,
absolutely.
everybody.
Absolutely. Hanukkah was good to me this year too.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Was. So yeah, we will see everybody in 2023. Have a great. See you next year.
See you next year.
Oh yeah, because you get to do that.
He did the fucking the Hot 97 shit. Remember from back in the night? From back in the night, like you can't even listen to a full song.
New hot track. Yeah. No, I'm kidding.
See, that's the other thing I like about this is that fucking reacts thing. That's hilarious. All right. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Thank you so